Chicken.
All right.
Restless.
Broadcasting. Does it show you on your end that it's broadcasting?
Let me look.
Like,
yeah, it says live. It just has a little live button.
So that pops up as soon as I start broadcasting, or is that always on for you?
I think it only comes on when you're testing. TV. Live now. Gotta mute that. That's muted. Cool.
Oh yeah. Is that muted?
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't have my sound on, so I can't tell either way. Hello, everyone, and welcome. We're just getting started. We're making sure we got our posts up that say, come and watch us. A couple of you were talking to me on Tumblr. I don't need that in my life right now. Hold your damn horses while we get this situated. All right. Link. Boom.
Tumblr I haven't actually talked to anybody on Tumblr.
Post.
Right.
I'm just doing the link this time. I'm not even gonna bother saying anything like about it. Publish. Okay, so that's Tumblr, Facebook, and vicariously Twitter through that. That's all my bases covered. Cool. I'm not saying that open. I don't need Facebook open. Don't look at me like that. Okay, how many people we got? We got 3 watching now. Hello, all 3 of you. Pop this out. Okay.
F3?
F3? What's F3 do?
No, you said we have 3 people watching?
Yeah, that's what I saw. I thought you said F3, like I needed to hit F3. I was like, what that?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that hotkey does. I can tell you one thing, though. It's hot.
Yeah.
Okay, so just like last time, we're going to start this out. I'll take a quick view at what's going on with you guys. All right. Whoa, we went up to 20. Okay, so here we are. We got 20 people. You know, I wish I could play a show with a band that had people show up as much as they do here, but I guess it's not as easy. All right. Hi. Hello. Mine's open to talk on Tumblr. Hey, guys. Shout out to my girlfriend, Kaylin. Hey, Kaylin.
Hello, Kaylin.
Sorry you're having a rough day. Okay. So we're going to start out with the questions that I just got a ton of. There's like 4 or 5. Actually, one of them is like 5 questions in itself. So
getting questions on.
Well, I posted. You saw the post last night that was like, "Hey guys, if you can't reach,
okay,
if you can't reach us on YouTube, just give me questions in advance."
Yeah.
And that way I don't have to hear it tomorrow that like I couldn't get into your YouTube channel. By the way, for whoever ends up watching this afterwards, you have to click on the link that we post to watch this. When this ended, when we did our noon broadcast, it finished and I had 8 Google Hangout invites from the same person, who I then got a message from on Tumblr that was like, I couldn't get into your YouTube Hangout. And I was like,
oh yeah, I got that too.
Yeah, you got like 1 million YouTube Hangout requests in your or 1 million Google Hangout requests in your Gmail account, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a person trying to get to this.
Right.
So they weren't reading or clicking on the links. They thought they figured out like a back door into the chat room where they wanted to like be in the chat room with us and like be like, hey guys, great to be on the show with you, which is not how it works. So let's commence with the questions. What is this? Okay.
An odd question.
Yeah.
I just got one up in my email. Said, what got you both into music? Music?
my brain as a human being.
The eardrum located in this vicinity.
My ass got me into music because I kept feeling it just a jiggling around. You understand? And I need that shit. All right, so first one that I have is who is your dream girl, actress or musician? And this is from Carla, who, although she put her name as Carla, asked me anonymously, which is weird.
Let me look up her name.
You need to look up your dream girl's name?
You know, I can't remember everybody's name.
Okay, Thor's dream girl is a set of butt cheeks that have no name attached. Just a walking boobies and butt cheeks. Her name is
Underworld.
Uberson.
What's her name? Underworld actress. I mean, but she has to look like that with the black hair and cut short and the blue eyes.
Underworld. Yeah, what the hell's her name?
Because like
I want to say Mila Jovovich, right?
I don't know. Well, you asking me? Like I'm supposed to know this.
Somebody look at
Kate
Beckinsale.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
Kate.
Dream girl, it changes. The last time I watched like a movie and I was like, ooh, like it's always the character that speaks to me, but it's never actually the actress. And the last time that happened was when I watched the Swedish version of Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Something about the character was just
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know. She was just like super like business. Like she just wanted to mind her own business, and I was like, I want to be your business. But ever since then, I don't know, like that actress, I think she was in Prometheus, and she wasn't particularly up my alley in Prometheus. But
yeah, it just depends on the movie that they're in at that time.
Exactly. And it's like, somebody asked before, like, oh, who was your high school like fantasy crush? And it was like, oh, well, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Can't Hardly Wait. But then every single other movie and TV show she's been in since then, I was just like, I don't see it anymore.
Kind of like with the girl from, what's her name from Underworld, or not Underworld? Sorry, Resident Evil and Fifth Element. Like she was hot when I was a teenager and watching Fifth Element, but I've never been attracted to her since in any other movie since then.
Yeah. Numi Rapace is the actress's name. Anyways, so I don't know. It's been Jessica Biel was like a thing for a while. She's got such wonderful shoulders. Got such wonderful like man shoulders, as my friend likes to say, but I don't care. But anyways, so that's our dream girl discussion, and it's probably going to get us into some sort of friggin' awkward Tumblr discussion later about like, why do you only like this type of girl or whatever? I noticed that all the girls you like or whatever, and it's like that's not the case, but you guys asked, so there's your closest approximation to an answer.
You ask a question, and
well, yeah, but this person A asks a question, person B, C, and D want to get on our case about it. So that's that's a conflict of interest. But what are you gonna do? All right. Questions for the video. One of them's for me. What's Rhode Island like this time of year? I'm originally from Rhode Island. Rhode Island is very hot, very humid, and there's a lot of mosquitoes. And the beach is nice. The water's much warmer in Rhode Island than it is in California when you go to the beach. But it is muggy. If you don't have air conditioning, you are sweating immediately. Even if it's only like 78 degrees or whatever. Least favorite subject in school. We can both do this one. What was your least favorite subject in school?
School.
All of school. Any sort of learning was a problem.
Science and math.
Oh, really? Those were my most favorite.
Wow, because you could probably do that crap.
Well, I hated history, and
I hated history because my history teacher was just as old as history itself. And he was just so damn boring. Jesus.
But yeah, like I don't know. It's just the names. Like I'm so bad at names. That whenever there was a history class, and I just had to remember like random. Jonathan Zinzwaski was born in 1478, and he was a son of a bitch gentleman farmer. And I don't know how to remember that sort of stuff. There's not enough mnemonics in the world for that. Okay, so yours is math and science, mine is history. Are you going to see Fantastic Four, Star Wars, Hitman, Jurassic World? Well, I've already seen Jurassic World. I may see Fantastic Four if I have the time and I have, and someone's willing to go on a matinee show for $6 or $7, but I'm certainly not going to pay full ticket price for it. Star Wars, yes, because it's mandatory. Probably not opening day or anything. Hitman, I've never seen a single Hitman movie or played a single Hitman game.
Neither have I.
So yeah, all right, let's go through the list with you. Are you going to see Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four, I'll go and see. I'll probably take the kids to see that one. And then, yeah, Star Wars, but I'm going to wait a good week. Hitman, no. What was the other one?
Jurassic World.
Oh, yeah, well, I already saw that.
Yeah. So that answers it.
Is that the same answers? Do we have the same exact answers? I should have just said ditto.
Yeah, but like here's the thing about asking us about movies and TV shows and stuff is that I don't want this to become a movie TV show review blog thing, because I don't actually condone that. Like when people want to go and be like, oh, I think this gets a thumbs up and this gets a thumbs down. Like, you shouldn't be worrying about my opinion. Go see what you're interested in and enjoy it on your own. Like, I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. But we are being asked, so we are answering. Oh, here's one. And we've had this one come through before. Does your family understand your weird hobby? How sympathetic or enthusiastic is your family about your cosplay hobby?
Man. They kind of just roll with the punches. I've always been an odd person myself, so this is like, yeah, that once I started doing on the cosplay a couple years ago, it was just like, yeah, sounds like Steven. So
right. Yeah. My family my mom loves it. Like, my mom thinks it's really cool. My dad kind of like it as like a passing thing will just be like, oh, how's that costume thing going? Oh, that's cool. Like, and then he wants to like talk about his band because that's his hobby, and he wants me to support his band more than he wants to show enthusiasm for cosplay, which he's just not, he was never into the superhero stuff, but he'll always, whenever I talk to him, be like, oh yeah, we saw that movie with Loki on it or whatever, or like, and he'll just like, try to like check in with me on it, and it usually has some sort of mispronunciation involved. So my brother, I don't even know if my brother has even heard of it. Like, we keep in such little contact that he doesn't even mention it. Oh, here we go. What stuff do you mix into your Cold Stone order?
Do you even eat Cold Stone?
I can't eat ice cream, but I used to go to Cold Stone all the time when I could.
Tolerant? You lactose intolerant?
I am, but it was like a late onset thing. Like, I got this like weird stomach virus, and for a long time I was still able to eat ice cream. As a matter of fact, that's what I was using to regain the weight after I got this like weird stomach thing. And then one day, whenever I had ice cream, I would just get ill. I would just get violently ill, and I'd have to spend time like just hugging the toilet. But anyways, Cold Stone, I wouldn't actually get, I think I would get cookie dough. Like, I would just basically have them make chocolate chip cookie dough for me because I'm really boring with food. But most of the time, I wouldn't even get that. I would just get a thick chocolate milkshake, as thick as I could get it.
Oreos, brownie, cookie dough.
Yeah.
I think I'd pretty much put almost anything in there.
Yeah, I mean, I just never enjoyed mixing flavors. I like to enjoy the sort of purity of one strong flavor at a time. So, you know, I hit it strong with chocolate, and then I keep going. So that was the last from What's Rhode Island Like until that. That was all one person asking that. I didn't actually take her name.
Holy crap. That's a lot.
All right. We've got another 4 left. All right. Who's your favorite Disney princess and why?
Disney
Favorite?
princess?
Yeah, who's your favorite Disney princess?
I don't think I have one. Not that big on Disney, really.
I think it might be Jasmine?
From Aladdin?
Yeah. Yeah, Jasmine's cool.
I can see that.
She's kind of sassy. She's got the exposed midriff, which is nice. She can hold her own in an argument. She's got a fucking tiger.
Goddamn tiger, man.
Goddamn tiger. So I don't know. Yeah, that's my vote. I mean, do you have have you seen the new what about Anna and Elsa? Elsa's got ice powers.
That is true.
Rapunzel, she's kind of got hair-based superpowers. She's good with a frying pan. What?
What?
Oh, the chick. Oh, what's her name? I don't know if she's a princess. Sorry, I have a peanut gallery here. What's her name? Her name is Megara. She's not really a princess though. She's kind of just a damsel in distress. Yeah. What about? What's your final answer for favorite princess?
Let's go with we'll say Snow White. Let's throw that out there.
Snow White, because
of the show. Like, I was originally watching the show. What's it called? Once Upon a Time, right? That's the name of it. Okay,
sure.
So one point when it first came out, I was watching it, and the girl who plays Snow White she's gorgeous. So we're just gonna say Snow White.
Live action Snow White takes the cake.
She does.
All right. Moving along. Next question is: can you speak any other languages? Show us. Honestly, I can't really even formulate a sentence in any of the 2 languages that I ever studied to respond to that. Whenever anyone asks me if I speak Spanish, of course my response is un poquito. And that's all I got for Spanish. And whenever I hear someone speaking about German, I always bring up Brötchen, which is a breakfast roll of some sort that I've never had. So that's about all the language stuff I can show you right now. How about you? You got any other languages you've been hiding?
No, none at all.
English.
And
You've got. We're not the most worldly cosplayers, guys. Sorry if you get all hot and bothered over other languages. We're just not the guys for you. 1:20 a.m. So I thought I'd send you my YouTube question here. Do you prefer X-Men or the Avengers Quicksilver, and why? So this is specifically a Quicksilver-based question. I think I actually, even though I didn't like the Days of Future Past movie, even though I didn't like the movie as a whole, I thought Quicksilver was one of the best parts of the movie. Whereas Age of Ultron, I don't know, Quicksilver, I thought I didn't like him that much.
Quicksilver wasn't going to be the focus in that movie, so not as much as it is in X-Men. Yeah, they did a lot better with Quicksilver and X-Men, especially with the effects and his whole little musical scene.
Yeah, yeah, his kind of like he really got to see the minutia of like what he can do and exactly how fast he can be. When it came to Avengers, you sort of got a glimpse of like exactly, you know, basically the same sort of thing, but there wasn't enough of it. Like it didn't showcase it well enough. But still, he was cool. Like they were cool in both of them. I think I just liked the X-Men one a little better. He was kind of a smart ass, which was good. Whereas in Avengers, he was kind of a dumbass. So there's also another Quicksilver related question about the X-Men, about the Avengers movie, but it's a bit of a spoiler, which we kind of already went into. All right, you know what? She goes, and do you think Avengers Quicksilver is really dead? So she's asking us to speculate on whether or not they bring Quicksilver back.
I don't know. Did they show something about that? No?
I'm pretty sure they showed him dead on the floor of like a transport ship, like with bullet holes all over him. But then again, Coulson was pretty dead too.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really tell. It's all fictional stuff. And even if they decided, okay, we're killing Quicksilver and then we don't need him anymore, he's done. And then they start writing the next movie like, we need Quicksilver. Oh, shit, let's bring him back to life then.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some big time stuff happening with the Infinity Gems and everything. So, like, I don't know whether or not, like, if somebody gets a hold, because the Infinity Gauntlet is going to be completely assembled by the time the second part of the third movie comes out. Scarlet Witch gets a hold of that gauntlet. She's going to bring him back to life. So, is he really dead? Yes. Can he come back? Yes. Anything's possible because it's a story. That's it. So I hope that answers that question. 59 watching. I like that. 6 thumbs up, 0 thumbs down. Now people are going to start hitting the thumbs down button. All right. Hey guys, can you give a shout out to my... Okay, we already did the girlfriend shout out.
What? What I missed?
Loki, you mentioned you like Childhood's End. Did you see the Sci-Fi is producing a miniseries for it? No, but if you whatever social media you follow me on, send me a link to that. I'd love to see that. That sounds legitimately interesting because I always thought that would be a cool thing to make a TV show or a movie out of.
Out of what?
It's called Childhood's End. It's one of the science fiction novels that I was talking about when someone had asked what we read. It's a pretty cool story, and it's got some weird kind of twists and turns in it. Okay. I get some of my jammies, live stream, love for my bed. Loki, when I asked you if you played your gift, I was referring to Fallout Game of the Year on Steam. So did you play it yet? And if so, did you like it so far? You bought me Fallout 3, and I thank you for that. I am not going to be able to play any first-person shooters other than like Left 4 Dead, Team Fortress 2, and Borderlands until my electricity is sorted out in my apartment. Those are the only 3 I currently have installed on my laptop, and I don't want to keep eating up my memory with games until I have the big computer up and running. So once it is, I'll be happy to stream it on Twitch. It's just I got to get my landlord on top of this. So I apologize that I haven't played it yet, but it will happen. Ooh, Claw's getting a little sassy. Your content is getting repetitive and dry. Well, go fuck yourself. I don't care. Everybody, I won't be here as long as this time around because I'm powering through some levels soon. But I'll still be here for a bit. Okay, Carla. What got you both into music? We already kind of did that one. Did I miss any good stuff? Yes, you missed it all. Busted my ass off at work. Rooney Mara. Probably been Charlize Theron. Lulu Multipass. How old are you? I'm 32.
33.
Hooray! Do you
I'm
like
really
bullet?
together.
Do you like Bullet for My Valentine?
Yeah, they got a couple okay things. I mean, I don't think I have them on my playlist or anything, but there's some good stuff.
You know, the band almost covered a Bullet for My Valentine song, but it's so strenuous. That whole like kind of screaming hardcore style is as the only singer in the band, I'd have to go from the melodic parts straight into the singing, which I'm not sure is the way Bullet does it. But that's not my bag, is like going straight from singing to screaming, then back to singing, especially with as much lyrical stuff as they have going on. So I like them. I like the way they sound. I even, to an extent, like singing along with it, but I can't do it as a thing. Okay, sounds like New Jersey. Do you like the anime Vampire Knight? Do you like the anime Vampire Knight? I've never heard of it.
Crap. I can't remember. Vampire Knights?
Yeah, like a Knigget.
I have a feeling that is. I gotta look it up real quick. Okay, yes. Okay, that is like my second favorite one. Black Butler, Vampire Knights. Yeah.
You just didn't remember that was the title for a little bit?
Yeah, pretty much. Because what happens is that I'll watch something on Netflix or whatever, and I'll watch everything from season 1 to season 250, just like in one lump sum. And then I'll be like, damn, I wish there was more. I need more of this, like crack. And then time will go by, and then I just kind of forget it.
Yeah.
And then, so it's not like where you can religiously watch something once a week at 6 p.m. or whatever, where it kind of gets embedded more into your memory. Instead, I just watch it all like a giant marathon.
Yeah.
Vampire Knights is an amazing anime. It's very good.
All right. Well, you got one resounding yes and one I don't know. I don't know anything about it. All right. Do you watch Doctor Who? And if so, who's your favorite Doctor and who would you cosplay from it? I don't watch Doctor Who either. I'm so nerd uncultured.
Yeah, Doctor Who kind of. I would be the Master. I would absolutely love to be the Master. He is so amazing.
I don't know who that is, but I encourage you completely to do that.
Because of me, right?
I know there's some robot guys that have like handles on their heads.
Mm.
I'd do that. I'd hit that cosplay style.
Oh man, what are they called? Oh my god.
Aren't they just called like Mechanimen or something?
There's the Daleks, and then there's the freaking brah. Somebody's gonna type it up.
Someone, yeah, just you watch the bottom of the feed, and I'll keep up with the questions we haven't answered.
I kind of just skim the bottom of the feed every once in a while.
Yeah. Have either of you seen Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter or Warm Bodies?
Cybermen.
Perfect.
Okay.
Have you seen Abe Lincoln?
What's the question?
Have you seen Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter or Warm Bodies?
Warm Bodies is more, it's like a comical.
It's a romantic comedy between a girl and a zombie.
Yeah, I saw that.
A resounding review again of a movie you didn't remember the name of to begin with.
God. I have a horrible, shitty memory.
Yeah.
It's crap. Okay, so yeah, that was actually a decent movie. I kind of liked how at the very end of it became more of a horror movie. Like, it was actually pretty scary at the end of it. It had some scary parts to it. It was interesting.
Oh, with the like weird skinless zombies.
Yeah, they're like zombie version 2. It's like after zombies become a different type of zombie.
I don't know. They were a little too CG though for me. Like, I didn't even remember that they were in the movie until you just mentioned them right now.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, I've actually also seen Bull. I've seen Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I worked on it, and then I watched it, and it was just terrible.
Yeah.
Just a terrible hammy movie. It had its moments. It had a couple fun things in it.
I can't believe there was a budget for you to work on it.
Oh, well, that's the thing is, the funny thing about 3D conversion is if a movie is projected to do shitty in the theaters, they'll actually sink even more money into it to make it 3D. They'll spend an extra $1 million on it, hoping that basically that high school students going to see the movie will want to spend an extra $4 per ticket, and that'll easily make you an extra $2 million if you get, a few 100,000 people buying an extra $4 worth of ticket to see 3D.
It's probably just those like marketing schemes. Like they have it available in 3D, so it must be good.
Yeah, I mean that's what 3D is it's just a way to make a little bit more money, and it's something they can tack on. Now that I don't work in that industry anymore, I'm a little more open to talking about this side of the business. But yeah, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter was a perfect example of a movie that wasn't expected to do very well. Of course, then again, they did the same thing with Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters, and I actually enjoyed that movie. But Warm Bodies, not my favorite movie. I didn't think the romance was that good. I didn't think the comedy was that good. I didn't think the horror was that good. It was 4 mediocre genres mixed mediocrely. So altogether, not that great. And when I went to see it, it was on a terrible, terrible date that I just don't ever want to relive. So, what's the most embarrassing question you received?
One that I just read.
Yeah?
You want? Yeah. Somebody just wrote. Crap. I have a feeling I'm going to regret asking this, but would either of you consider yourself kinky?
Kinky? No, I'm pretty vanilla, honestly. Like, you don't have to answer this. I'm just gonna come out and say, like, I'm pretty into normal, like, boring, not boring, but like, I don't know, I like romantic kind of like white male heterosexual stuff that you see in movies, and like that's about it. There's not a lot of slapping, there's not a lot of dirty talk, there's not a lot of like tying up, there's not a lot of that sort of stuff. So
they're very different.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna kind of gloss over that. You can read the subtext there. I've been stalling for Thor as long as I can, but it seems like he has a different answer than I do.
Well, yeah, no, I'm not gonna go into any details on that stuff.
Yeah. The most embarrassing questions we get are stuff like that and stuff related to who we're currently seeing. And honestly, a lot of the stuff about like what kind of girl are you into, I find really embarrassing because it feels weird to express a preference for anyone, knowing full well that the people I've been with in my life are all completely different, but I've all been totally into them. So, like, you ask who's your favorite celebrity crush or whatever, and it's like, all right, celebrity's fine. I'll name a few because it's sort of like celebrity makes them fair game somehow. But if you were to ask me what body type are you into, what hair color, what eye color, whatever, like, I don't ever want to answer that because I feel like the answer you're hoping for is something that fits the description of the asker. Know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt at a question last night, I think. Like asking, what is your favorite female cosplayer on Tumblr?
Right.
And I wrote that, I kind of don't want to answer this because I don't know what you're fishing for right now, but whatever you asked, I'm going to tell you.
Right. And I mean, the thing about it is when people ask, especially about other cosplayers, it's like, yes, there's some really beautiful girls in cosplay, but if I'm going to actually just say, if you're going to ask it in the phrasing that is, who's your favorite female cosplayer, I mean, I'm going to talk more about their costumes than anything, not like who I'm most physically interested in, because I go to a con and that's not even a factor. Like everybody's
about.
yeah, like there's no time to be flirty at cons. There's no time for us to be messing around with like who's into who and whatever. Like we just want to go out there and have fun at the con. So keep that in mind. Have you seen the Red Band trailer for Deadpool, and what did you think of it?
Which trailer though? The actual trailer or like the pre-trailer? I mean, it was all good.
The actual rated R trailer with the swearing and the bloodshed and the shooting
Who's
guys.
The girl, like, what's his name? Colossus, like, backhands Deadpool, and then there's another girl
who's like shrugging. Yeah, I don't. I saw an image where it said who it was, and I thought it was going to be like Domino or something, but I don't think it was. Yeah, it's like a lesser known X-Force character. She's nobody that I'm too enthusiastic about, but you know, if they do a good job with her, then more power to them.
I need to have it in there somewhere. So,
but yeah, I liked. You know, I like the trailer. I think the comedy is shaping up well. I think the violence is. It looks good. I don't know. Like only the complete movie is going to tell the story. So I try not to make too many snap judgments on trailers. But I feel optimistic about Deadpool. Cautiously optimistic.
I hope they don't spend too much time on the whole like origin stuff in the beginning. Like give it 5 or 6 minutes and then just cut to the action. I want like 3 hours of just blood, shooting.
Do you like Death Note?
It's okay. Another anime. Yeah. One of the things is for me to get into something, usually there's a character I need to relate to. And with Death Note, it's good how it stands, but there was never a character I could relate to in any way. So, other than that, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, my only real connection to Death Note is that when I was working at my old job, I used to sit with my feet up on my chair in front of my desk, and one of my coworkers told me that I looked like the kind of savant from Death Note who always used to kind of sit with his chin against his knees. That's all I know about the show. I've never actually watched an episode. Would you guys ever come to New Zealand, Comic-Con, Armageddon? Ours is very small, but people cosplay. There was another one that I skipped somehow about coming to Germany earlier. We are open to come to any con at all, but they have to invite us out, especially if it's international. We go to California cons because that's where we live, but to get around the country is, you know, you guys know what it's like to travel. It's very expensive.
It's hard to get around California alone.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, if you can pitch in, people have been tweeting at Salt Lake Comic-Con, and we've got a couple correspondences from Salt Lake. I don't want to make any announcements yet, but we have made contact with Salt Lake Comic-Con. So to everyone who tweeted at Salt Lake Comic-Con, bring Loki and Loki Hates You and ThorTV there, you've made something happen. Whether or not you got us in,
you got their attention, that's for sure.
Yeah, we got their attention. There was like 15 or 16 different tweets about like, bring them here. So thank you so much for that. We may actually be better suited for Salt Lake than we had previously thought. Like they might be helping us out a lot to get over there and stuff. Okay, New Zealand. So yeah, New Zealand will be there if you pitch in and try to get us there. Do you like Game of Thrones, and who is your favorite character?
Never watched it.
I like, is it Arya? The little Stark, the youngest Stark girl, who kind of gets, you know, set out on her own, and she's sort of like a runaway. She's my favorite storyline as of the books I've read. I'm going to close something down here because it looks like we're getting a little bit of lag. And it may exit Steam. Close window. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna say Arya Stark. And you haven't seen Game of Thrones, so that's a moot question for you. Okay. Who said cosplay was weird? Yeah, yeah. Do you like shark movies like Deep Blue Sea?
Deep Blue Sea? I don't think I've seen that either.
Yeah, I have no particular affinity for sharks. I mean, the ocean in general is not my bag.
Bag, man.
Do you like From Dusk Till Dawn? Bad Kitty Cat X. It seems like you're very interested in our movie tastes. Do you want to just name like a lot of movies and we'll just go through them real quick? Because like
it's all coming from the same person.
Yeah, it's all coming from Bad Kitty Cat, and it's just like one movie title after another. So shark movies, not really. From Dusk Till Dawn, yeah, I like it. It's a good movie. I particularly like the character named Sex Machine. He's a funny little joke character.
I love George Clooney's character in that movie, like his whole personality.
Yeah, it's kind of the no-nonsense business gangster. Jumping on the bandwagon would like a kiss from both of you. That's the best you're gonna get, Kaylee. All right, boom. You got two. That's a 2-for-1 special. Whose product do you guys use to make your hair so silky and shiny?
Really?
That's from Weston. I buy cheap supermarket shampoo and conditioner. It's by ThorTV. Perhaps you've heard of them. And then, I only shampoo and condition every other day. I let it, I just rinse it every other day. So that's my regimen.
Herbal essence.
Ooh, I like the smell of herbal essences.
They do smell good. Stuff I use.
Let me smell your head.
No cheap shit in this hair, okay? All right, it ain't happening.
Herbal essence is still pretty cheap. That's like $3 or $4.
That's like it's the middle class shampoo.
So Bad Kitty Cat wants to know, when it comes to the opposite sex, what strikes you about them first? What do you notice about women first?
It's the face. It's always. I mean, I don't really care. So
there's your cop-out answer of the night, is both of us are saying, I like a girl with a nice-looking face.
Because that's what you have to look at. That's the truth. That's what you have to look at all times. When you're out in public, when you're home alone, that's what you see is their face. And that should be what matters most.
Geez, let me tell you something about my wife. If there's one thing I have to look at, it's her face. Am I right, folks? So yeah, we both agree. Face, just a nice looking face is what you want to do. What's your favorite Disney ride?
I don't know. I don't think I've been on very many of them.
Have you been to Disney?
Yeah. Like 5 or 6 times. But I was mostly taking the kids, so I didn't really do a whole lot myself.
Yeah. I got to go on California Screamin' for the first time this past week, and I think that's my new favorite. It used to be Space Mountain, but now it's California Screamin'. That thing was so fast.
I haven't been to Disney California.
We should really try to get you to do the Disney Avengers run. You just stand there in a costume, and they give you a park hopper pass for a day.
You know, it's funny when you went to Disneyland, and then York in a Box posted the pictures of Thor. I was looking at the hashtags on Facebook of Thor, and somebody had reposted that and said it was me.
The things I get tagged as or in on Instagram are confusing, to say the least. I get tagged in a lot of like weird fan art that's existed since before I started cosplaying. Like, people just find stuff on DeviantArt and they're like, "Look, it's Loki Hates You," and I'm like, "No, that's a picture of an anime person." Okay, so California Screaming's the best you're gonna get out of us. Thor, let's say teacups.
Yeah, yeah, that's the best.
What was your most embarrassing moment while in cosplay?
I don't think I've had an embarrassing moment.
Now
it's gonna happen.
I'd say the most embarrassing moment for me was when I first wore my very first Loki cosplay, the business Loki cosplay to Long Beach Comic Con. I stepped in the line, like I got to the con, I got in line to get my tickets, and this like older woman, she looked like an art teacher, like an elementary school art teacher. She just had like long, kind of wiry gray hair and glasses, and she walks up and she had this sort of like snooty like college professor air about her, and she sort of like looked me up and down and she goes, well, you're not quite tall enough and your hair's not exactly right, but other than that, pretty good job. And I'm like, fuck you, like I don't need this right now. I like my costume. And I didn't actually say that to her. I was just like, okay, thanks. Like, and I just sort of like let her go on her way. But it was a dick move for her. And it wasn't embarrassing as much as it was just kind of like, just made me want to walk away, you know? Made me want to kind of not be there talking to her.
That would probably be, yeah. Yeah, never mind. Totally different subject.
Yeah.
Totally off track now.
How old were you when you had your first kiss?
Jesus Christ. I think I'm going to pass on that one.
All right. I was almost 19. I was like 18 and, 18 and a half plus. It wasn't until I was well into my freshman year of college. So, there you go. Hope you feel good about yourself, bad kitty cat. Okay. When are you coming to Salt Lake? And have you heard anything from SLCC? I'm coming to Salt Lake the first day of the con. I mean, what is that? The Thursday or the Friday?
I don't know. As far as I know so far, I'm not going. So.
Yeah, until we get an official invite from SLCC, only one of us is going. I'll be there on the Thursday. I'm carpooling in, though. I'm not flying. So wait on that answer. If you could make a movie, what would it be? If you could make a movie, what would it be? God, there's a lot of smart-ass answers I have for that. I have a couple animated ideas I'd like to flesh out and make into movies. I have a sci-fi idea that I'd kind of like to see, but it would involve a lot of research to get written and stuff, which isn't to say that I'll never write it, but it's certainly not the track I'm on right now. So, I don't know. They would be my own ideas. Like, it's not like I would just take an existing property and make it into a movie.
I wrote one, a horror movie. It's called Dr. Frantic. I wrote it when I was 19 or 20. Still got it somewhere.
Yeah. So we both are sitting on our own independent ideas as far as like if we had a few $1 million to make a movie with. So no specifics, because then that would turn into a whole other webcast. Okay. What are your thoughts on the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie?
How many are there now? Because I think I only seen 2.
Yeah, this will be the 5th, I think.
Okay, so I might have seen 3 of them, and then I'm missing. So I haven't seen the 4th one, well, now they're working on the 5th one. So yeah.
I mean, I'll go see it, and if I don't go see it, I'll see it on Netflix. Like, Pirates, the first Pirates was so much fun, and then they were just movies from that point on, I think. Like, as it got more kind of mysterious, like, the The first one was fun because it didn't get magical until the end. And then as they kept going, it was just like, well, now everyone's got a strange voodoo curse upon their head and must travel to the nighttime under the light of the moon. And that, I don't care. Like, David Jones's locker, you understand? David Jones has an octopus for a face. And that's like, all right, now you got to put a big stupid octopus face man in the movie. Like, congratulations, you won. And then every single subsequent movie has just had more stupid CG crap in it, and it's just like, at this point, the porno parodies are starting to look just about the same as the actual Pirates movies. So I guess I don't feel that good about it, and I'm starting.
I'm starting to see that, yeah. And
all
one
right,
of the bodies is escaping from its basement, by the way.
Okay, Bad Kitty Cats wants to know what we think about Sleepy Hollow. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Up.
Down. I didn't care for it. All right, would you guys ever come to New Zealand? This is all right. She's already asked this. Do either of you watch How It Should Have Ended? That's a YouTube series where they animate typically superhero movies and say how it should have ended.
No.
I've seen it. I don't think they're particularly funny. I mean, they all of them have a few laughs, but I mean, it's your typical nerd culture. I'm a geek who has opinions about how this movie should have gone, and you know, opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. So the fact that they took the time to animate it, like, more power to them. But I don't care. Like, everybody has a whole monologue about, oh, well, you know, in the X-Men, this guy never should have done this and stuff. But at the end of the day, the movie is what it is. So if you want to make your living off of how it should have ended, then, you know, make your living. But I'm not buying into it.
I've already said what I think about all that.
Yeah. Okay. It didn't. Coulson is alive in the TV verse, but dead in the Marvel movie verse. Do you have proof of that, Claw? Like, no one's actually alluded to Coulson still being dead in the movie. No one's proved that. Like, he could just be running around the secret, you know, shield bunker. Doesn't matter. Do you like Sonic? Bad Kitty Cat just wants to, like, name pop culture things and ask us if we like them. Yeah, Sonic's cool. I don't play as him in Smash Brothers, and I don't actually own any games of him anymore, but whatever. He's all right. Oh, or she could be talking about the fast food place. Garen's got a good point. Do you like Sonic the fast food place?
I was thinking the Hedgehog.
Yeah, me too.
I don't eat there. I don't eat fast food.
I like their ice. Sometimes if I see one, I'll just stop there and get a drink with ice in it so that I can chew on the little ice balls that they put in your drink. Do you guys like Mass Effect? I think I own it, but I've never played it.
I think I own it too, but no, I've never played it.
Okay, so that's that one. Puerto Rico. You've revealed Coulson being alive yet in the movies. Send you Childhood Zen trailer on Facebook. Thank you. Do you like The Sims?
I liked it years ago when it first came out.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played The Sims at all. Can you cook? You got kids. You have to know how to cook something.
Yeah, I know how to make oatmeal.
Oatmeal, all right. Killer oatmeal. I cook. I've kind of made a formula of how to cook 3 or 4 things to the way I like it, exactly how I like it. So I can make a pretty good chicken breast with just a little bit of seasoning on it. I can make a nice, like, spicy macaroni and cheese that from a recipe I have. I make what my mom used to make for me, meat soup. Grilled cheese I can do all right. You know, pork chops, throw them in a pan. I'll make a good breakfast sandwich for you, bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast sandwich. But, you know.
You can make me one.
Okay. Next time you come by. All right, Loki Hiddle says, it's my birthday, and I was hoping I could get you two to sing happy birthday and blow me a kiss. My name is Abby if you need it. You want me to take this one?
Yeah, go ahead. You know, singing's not really my thing.
All right. Now, we're going to have to pay royalties on the birthday song because of you, Abby. They're going to find us after this. Whoever it is, Strex Corp is going to come after us and be like, you sang the birthday song on your webcast, and you owe us a battery fee.
They could remove the video because of that.
Oh. Okay, then let me just do this. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. That's who. Abby, that's who. Happy birthday and this time, and happy birthday for next year. Happy birthday every time you gotta have a birthday.
Cha cha cha.
Oh, that was wonderful, guys. Perfect. There you go. There's your kiss. No more birthday singing.
Damn flies.
Oh God. Is there any movie you really like that is just really underrated? Okay, Bad Kitty Cat. That's the one to do. So, underrated movies that you really like.
The Pest.
The Pest with John Leguizamo?
Oh yeah, that movie was awesome.
I don't remember anything about The Pest.
I got it.
Wow. I'll have to go back and watch that. The fact that that comes to mind at all is crazy. I'm gonna say Goon is a really good movie. With Stifler from American Pie, and oh God, what was the other one? Our Idiot Brother. I really liked Our Idiot Brother because it has a dog in it and it has Paul Rudd in it, and I really like Paul Rudd.
Never seen either one.
Well, they're worth checking out. Do you like the Guitar Hero games as a musician?
I do. I play them.
Here's my problem with the Guitar Hero games is that all I know how to do is sing, and I know you don't have to know how to drum or play guitars to play Guitar Hero, but my coordination is really bad. And the thing about the singing part of it is you don't get awarded points for singing well. You get awarded points for singing, for being closest to what the recorded track is. So you really just want to hum. Like, for me, the easiest way to get a good high score at Guitar Hero while singing is to just go, and like just kind of like get the melody out and just stay on that little stupid bar that they have. And half the time there's a delay on the television, so you can't even really keep the tempo. I can't keep the tempo correctly anyways. So short answer, I hate that shit. But you just typed my name, but it's spelled differently.
Fine. I just play Guitar Hero by myself.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Have you played Call of Duty Black Ops?
Nope.
Okay, neither have I. Oh, it's got a zombies mod. I've seen it played, but I've never actually played it. You should play Left 4 Dead. Forget about Call of Duty. Call of Duty just has a mod for zombies. Left 4 Dead is all about zombies.
You said duty.
Duty. Cybermen, 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 Cybermen. Do you like Nickelback? What song of theirs do you like? All right. Bad Kitty Cat. I have some bad news.
Jumping on the Nickelback bandwagon.
I'm not saying Nickelback should be that anyone should feel bad about liking Nickelback. I'm just saying they have a really bad reputation.
I don't understand why they do.
Well, because their music is very much like right down the middle, like alt rock, sort of like it's not metal, it's not folk, it's just like alt rock. And people take that as being basically a formula for writing music, and they're just like, although, their songs do all sound different, Honestly, Nickelback came on my radio while I was driving a couple days ago. I turned it up. And I was singing along up until I stopped at a stoplight and someone pulled up beside me, and then I turned it way down.
I like Nickelback.
So, a hesitant yes from me and a resounding yes from Thor on the Nickelback front. Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's rock. I'll take it. When did you start cosplaying and why? Started in 2012 because people kept telling me I look like Loki. We've told this story a billion times. Are you frozen? I think you're frozen. Oh, no, you're not frozen.
No. Oh. Well, I thought were we answering that question?
Yeah, just, when did you start and why?
I started cosplay because I always get told I look like Thor. So,
Yeah.
or I used to always get told I look like Thor. I'm getting too old to be Thor.
Yeah. We gave the people what they wanted. Do you like the new Spider-Man movies or the old ones best? Bad Kitty is on the questions. They may not all be gold, but Bad Kitty Cat is just nailing the questions. She's just got an endless pool of questions, which I appreciate because it keeps us going. I like the original ones better, but
I like the new better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just don't like Andrew Garfield as much as I liked Tobey Maguire.
But why?
Because he's all twitchy. He's all like, oh, man, like, I feel like I got this great power, this great responsibility, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, like, I'm Spider-Man sometimes. And I don't know. I just feel like, what's his name? The original guy was more relatable.
Well, Andrew Garfield is more relatable. What do you think about that?
All right, perfect. So we have differing views on that, but I have no strong attachments to any of the Spider-Man movies. They're all fun to watch. Let's see. Why is Blue Lantern Corps your favorite? Is because they saw my Blue Lantern Corps ring when I went to Disneyland. Hope is my favorite Blue Lantern aspect because they get to be the medic class of the Lantern Corps, where that's always been my preferred style of when I play games. That's the preferred role I like, is to be the teammate that helps more than the teammate that like gets the most glory. I'd rather be a valued teammate amongst my teammates than feared amongst my enemies. And so Blue Lantern Corps allows me to do that where, yeah, I'm not going in and like kicking all the asses, but when the Green Lantern Corps, who that is their bag, when they get in trouble, I get to come in and say, here you go, now you can kick as many asses as you want, and you don't have to worry about it. What's your favorite Lantern Corps?
The green one.
Okay, so standard because you're not too familiar with the Green Lantern Corps, right?
Exactly. That's
okay.
Exactly why.
So standard green for now until he watches Green Lantern, the animated series.
I've been meaning to get into that.
Yeah, definitely check it out. What do you think of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs movie? They were fun.
Not a fan. I watched them both.
Claw 789 is the most cynical, like, it's not like trolling us, but Claw just has something bad to say about everything.
Oh yeah.
Claw, why don't you go smoke a cigarette or something? Like, relax. Just miserable about everything today. Thor, which character from Black Butler would you cosplay and why? You've answered this one before, right?
Haven't I? Sebastian.
Yeah.
I like Sebastian.
Is he the Black Butler?
He's the butler.
Okay. I don't know who I'd cosplay because I've never seen it. Did you see Inside Out?
I haven't seen it.
Neither have I. Okay, so we don't have any opinions about Inside Out. Do you like Starship Troopers?
Who is that? That's random.
Bad Kitty Cat, of course. She wants to know, do you like Starship Troopers?
Yeah, the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, the first one. There's no other. Yeah.
There's only one.
Let's not worry about the other ones.
Yeah.
Actually, the animated series wasn't complete garbage. It had a couple cool moments in it. But yeah, I love Starship Troopers.
Love is a strong word.
Hey man, when Zim got that brain bug, come on.
I haven't seen it in so long.
Zim got the brain bug, all right?
Okay, fine. He got the brain bug.
Captain Jack Fan asks, boobs? What say you?
What? What's the actual question? Do I like boobs? Do what? I don't get it.
Boobs?
Boobs?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yes.
I don't know why I would say no to that. Answer is yes. Okay. All right.
Disneyland?
Disneyland? Spider-Man?
Now I'm seeing you pop up on the other screen. Boobs?
Are you drinking coffee?
Yes.
Claw789 wants coffee. Claw, go get yourself some coffee. I know you're a good person. I just want you to get your coffee. Thor is kinky. Non-answer is the best answer. Just facial features. So, huh? Have you ever seen Club Dread, and do you like it? I think I saw it and I've completely forgotten it. I might have gotten a few laughs from it, but
Club Dread?
Club Dread, not Judge Dread.
Never even heard of it.
It was made by the Super Troopers guys, the Broken Lizard guys. Do you like the Blade movies? I like the first Blade movie, and I think I kind of like the second Blade movie.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, Blade was the original Blade was one of the first good superhero movies, especially a good superhero movie that pulled it off with a PG-13 rating. So yes. Hollywood man crush. Okay. Who's my Hollywood man crush?
I'm gonna go with Kevin Bacon.
Okay. He's got a big doinker. You ever seen Wild Things? It's all long and flappy. Great.
I haven't seen it. No.
Like honestly, that parody video they had where like he gets up and it's like they have it all pixelated. Yeah. That like is about right. Like from what I remember from Wild Things. Man's got a snake up in his pants. Anyways, it used to be Brad Pitt. I used to really like Brad Pitt after I saw him in Fight Club. I was like, I want to be like Brad Pitt and be like all cut up and fucking cool. But I think lately it's been actually Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I think he's kind of the dude I'd like to hang out with. He's got a great personality. He's got a nice smile. He's got a lot of good roles that he's been playing. I saw him in Don John. He was really good in that. So, yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is my man crush.
I don't know who that is.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Oh,
he was in Looper. He was Robin in the last of the Batman Nolan movies.
Okay. Yeah.
You recognize him if you saw him. He was the main guy in Inception.
People keep asking about Stockton Con. I am not going to Stockton Con. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Stockton Con. All right. I know Loki isn't your favorite character, but out of Hiddleston's lines, I know Loki isn't your favorite character, but out of Hid lines, which do you? Out of Loki's lines,
Mm-hmm.
the one I end up using the most is "There are no men like me." Like, I just like that one because Loki resents being compared to other people just like I do, even though the person I'm compared to most is Loki. It's a vicious cycle. Moving along. I broadcast.
Thor doesn't have any good lines. I don't think.
Thor's got plenty of good lines.
He gets a lot of lines. But nothing.
Do I look to be in a gaming mood?
Uh,
I like this. I'll have another. You know, he's got the whole movie. He's got like 4 movies to himself that he's got a bunch of great lines. He's adopted. You know, he's got a ton of good lines.
No. Nothing that's done it for me. That I'm like, yeah, I want to say that line every day for the rest of my life.
We can watch the movies again. See if we can find one for you. Do you ever get the want to cosplay Hawkeye? This one's specifically for me since I have a picture of me as like a 9-year-old wearing a Hawkeye costume. No, I don't particularly like Hawkeye as much as I used to. I liked the comic Hawkeye with the cowl and the purple and blue, but in the movies he's not. I don't know. Up until Age of Ultron, he only then got a couple of like charismatic lines. Do you ever want to cosplay Hawkeye?
Oh yeah, every day.
All day, every day.
All day.
Coffee or energy drink?
Coffee.
Neither. I don't like caffeine. Thor, since you're a single parent, how do your kids feel about you dating?
They don't know.
It's a hard-hitting question.
They don't know.
They don't know that you date?
No, I don't involve them.
Really? They never meet anyone you're dating?
They have, but not everyone.
This is Daddy's friend.
That's pretty much it.
All right, we're gonna move along.
Good.
Now that I know that, I see my college can get y'all invited. Geek Fest. No kitty petting tonight. I don't know. Hold on. That's the kitty summoning. We'll see if she shows up in a couple minutes. Oh, she's already on her way.
You play with your pussy, and I'm gonna get more coffee.
Oh my god. All right, maybe you should do a beauty vlog. So, did you make elements of your own cosplay, or did you get it commissioned? Thor actually made his latest costume that you've seen a lot of pictures of lately. He made all of that. It's his first sewing project. I'm answering for him because I have heard him tell this story enough. And yeah, he did like all of his costume. My costume, I did very little of it. I did the breastplate. I cut my boot covers and riveted them. I did, there's a little piece of armor that goes across the strap. The one that I've worn to the last 2 conventions, I did that. But the parts that I made are so not notable that I prefer just to say that the entire costume is commissioned. So yes, I did a little, but not enough to take any credit for. Although I just spent the last few minutes taking credit for it. When you said, "Oh, tie me out," is pronounced timeout. Sorry, timeout. Having a sad day, and you guys are making me smile. Thank you. Oh, you're very welcome. Never trip over your cape. I trip over my cape all the time, actually.
I have never seen you trip over your cape.
I mean, I never fall on my ass, but like I get it caught in my feet all the time. Other people will step on it, or whenever I walk backwards, I'll step on it.
It always likes to fly like right between my legs, get caught under my boot, and try to pull me down.
Yeah, I mean it happens, but typically it's not anything that's too harmful. so far. Do you guys have a signature saying or catchphrase? We got a ton of things we say over and over again.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I say, whenever anyone says thank you for a picture, I say, it's my pleasure, or our pleasure. Or there's a lot of thank yous, a lot of like, come right in, come on in, like, there's sort of like a standard set of jokes for like, has anyone ever told you that you look like Loki, or like, so I see you're keeping it low key, or whatever. Like, when the people make the same stupid jokes, I have like sort of 5 or 6 things that I go to. So yeah, there's a bunch of crap we say, but it's like, it's all contextual. I don't know, or at least that's the way it feels to me. I don't know if you're having to formulate a different response every time someone asks you the same 8 questions over and over at a con.
No, my favorite thing to say, especially like, if I'm holding another girl or something like that, and then somebody's like messing with the camera, and a lot of times they're having technical difficulties with the camera. I'm like, that's okay. We'll just sit here and hold each other. I don't mind.
Yeah. That's a thing. I've heard it said. All right. Do you guys watch wrestling? And if you do, who's your favorite wrestler then or now?
Nope.
I used to watch it as a kid, and I always liked the guys with masks on. Even like Ultimate Warrior with the face paint. I liked guys who had their faces covered up. And I liked saying Superfly Jimmy Snuka. But other than that, I never really like was into it. I just liked, knowing their names and stuff. But yeah, neither of us are into it. Do you do any sports?
Nope.
I used to play paintball.
Does that count as a sport? I used to play paintball. I still got my paintball gun.
It's an outdoor adventure, technically. But there's a lot of running involved.
Yeah. I would love to go play paintball. I got my fully automatic with the auto feed hopper. I got one of those on it.
Titman FA?
It's a Spider Electra.
Oh, Spider. But it's a full auto Spider.
Yeah.
Here's your cat time for the evening, everybody. Hope you're enjoying it. Let me get to another question, and I'll give you some more cat time. Kaylee, every time I hear your name or they type it, I get confused. They have the same name but different spelling. Okay, and then we're in a whole thing about Kaylee. Spelling of Kaylee.
Oh.
Loki, what happens to your cons, especially Salt Lake, if you get a job soon? I don't know. That's a bridge we're gonna have to cross when we come to it. I have enough to live on for now, so I'm not too worried about taking jobs that are gonna insist that I cancel all my plans, so that I can go back to the misery of working 9 to 5. Time to flirt on con. Once some guys tried to flirt with me and a friend in con. They said something like, I want to discover the girl beyond the cosplay. That was pretty awkward. Okay. Yeah, Loki. Adam Sandler. Okay. Yeah, that the sort of Creole accent that I was doing was roughly based around Adam Sandler's Waterboy. Sounded like Mama Odie from Princess and the Frog. I just got really tempted to search for the promo versions. Tesla, you're right. Do you like the musical versions of movies?
I don't think I've ever seen any.
I mean, have you seen Dr. Horrible?
Oh, wait. No, wait. Yes. Was that on Netflix?
So it was on the internet for a long time.
Dr. Horrible sing-along blog?
Yeah.
I did see that. That wasn't so bad.
Yeah, I mean, I like Dr. Horrible. Little Shop isn't bad. Rocky Horror is... I don't like Rocky Horror at all. There's a couple other musicals. Like, I know a lot of this is actually Broadway and not actually movies, but I don't know. I'll like all the Trey Parker, Matt Stone, like the South Park movie, and Team America both had musical numbers in them, and they were both awesome. So, I mean, I'm not completely against musicals, but I am against listening to musicals as if they're just normal music.
Oh no, can't do that.
Like when you just have like a song from a musical on your iPod or whatever, and you're pretending like it's a song that you like listening to, or whether it is or isn't. Okay. What has been your greatest favorite home cooked meal made for you? Do you have any comfort foods connected with your childhood? What's your favorite home cooked meal?
Fajitas?
Chimichanga?
Burrito.
Yeah, I guess whenever I go home to see my mom, she always makes me meat soup, which is like a tomato and beef based broth with just pasta and beef chunks in it. And it's the simplest soup in the world. It's just basically a thinned out tomato soup with beef and pasta in it. And I can eat it all day. I also like willow tree chicken salad, which is native to New England. Those are really the only things that I can think of, like always being able to just like sit down and eat. A chicken breast with some rice-a-roni or like stovetop stuffing, I'll always go for. But like all this is like cheap, 11-year-old food that you could feed to a middle school kid. I feel like you're really. What are you looking at? You're so spooked out looking sometimes when you're not talking.
Me?
Yeah.
What? I'm zoned out. Honestly.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm reading. My daughter was commenting on one of my photos, and I was trying to understand her talking. Like It's difficult a lot of times when she writes. Like, what are you trying to say? Because her reading is all messed up, and I don't know.
The way the kids talk nowadays, am I right?
Right?
Okay. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If they didn't know about Hawk's kids, I wouldn't be surprised. Didn't know about Wholesome yet. Thor, I know you have some ink, but do you plan on getting more tattoos?
We covered this one before. I have a lot of ideas for other tattoos. It's unlikely I'm going to be getting any more tattoos within the next 40 years. If anything, I'd probably start removing tattoos at this point.
Yeah, maybe get a couple more when you're about 70. The golden age of tattooing.
That's the perfect age for me. I mean, because then by the time they fade, you're dead. So
yeah,
they never really get a chance to just fade away into a big black splotch on your skin where people have to squint to try and see what it used to be.
Yeah, I've never seen a piece of art that I wanted attached to my body for the rest of my life, so I have 0 tattoos, and I plan to get 0 tattoos.
Except for this face.
What? No! This is that face. Okay, do you ever play Left 4 Dead with fans, or is that a line that you wish to not cross? I'll play Left 4 Dead with you if you want. Yeah, just find me on Steam. I've posted the link to my Steam wish list a few times. Just friend me, and you're going to have a hard time getting my schedule to line up with you, but I'll play Left 4 Dead with anybody, no matter what skill level you are. I like playing on normal, even if I've played every level 100 times. So, yeah, just get in touch with me on Steam. I'll play Left 4 Dead with you. What's your opinion on the Hobbit movie versus book? I know this is way off your Loki Thor, but I had to ask. I've only seen the movies. I haven't actually read the book. So I like the movies. They were good. I have a couple complaints about the special effects sometimes, but overall, nothing too glaring comes out. What about you?
I never read the books.
Yeah.
And are we talking the Hobbit movies?
The movie versus the book, yeah. So in this case,
I haven't seen the movies or read the books, so I have no idea.
okay, so not applicable. Meat soup, yeah, okay. All right, we're officially hitting 7:30. So we're gonna start going faster with the answers so we can get to the end of the list. Do either of you like shawarma? And then there's like an emoticon, not an emoticon, sort of. It goes, do you like shawarma? Snirk, which is, huh, oh man, so snarky. I've never had shawarma. Chakra has to go. That's great.
Never had it.
Never had shawarma. Okay, so that's two of us that have never had shawarma.
Yeah, I'm saying no a lot, so
Yeah.
Creative ways to say it now. Nope.
Gotta ask for my birthday too. Mara Garcia, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Your name is Marcy. Mara, not Marcy. That's fine. Happy birthday again. Bing. You got a birthday song.
Chat.
Last Starfighter. Goon. Oh my god, I've been waiting all day to ask you that. Best birthday ever. I have a guitar. I can't play with shit. Okay. Have you ever played Wizard 101? No.
Nope.
Back. Thor. You guys are awesome. Need to get you guys to Puerto Rico Comic Con. We'd love to come to Puerto Rico. Get us invited. Checked out my YouTube and guys, go check out Crazy Minion's YouTube channel. Apparently he makes very funny videos. As long as you just say it once, I don't mind plugging you. But if you keep it up,
I'm not planning anything.
No, I'm just someone in the chat room was plugging his YouTube channel, and I was like, all right, that's fine as long as you only are plugging it once.
Yeah. No, somebody is like, I'm planning something. I have a monitor here where I have the camera and then the screen of like me and Loki back and forth, and then over here, when you see the camera and you see a side view of me, I'm reading your comments because your comments are over here on this screen.
Fancy guys got two monitors.
Two monitors.
What are the most uncomfortable parts of your costumes, and what do you do to try to make them more bearable?
The pants, they hurt like hell around the waist, and they squeeze my balls into nothingness.
Right. Mine are also pants related. What we got happening here is called swamp cock. So
that's so horrible of a terminology.
When you're wearing leather pants for 8 or 10 hours at a time, you got a dick and you got some balls, and when they both end up sweating, it's like when you go to sleep on your side and your legs are sweating and your thighs stick together and you have to like really get a hold of them and like peel them apart, and they sound like two old balloons that have sort of like deflated together and they're like all melded. So my solution to that is that I've kind of invented some special underwear to go under my underwear, and I'm going to explain this in more. I want to make a detail. I want to make a more detailed video about this. I don't want to show you here because that would involve me pulling my penis out on YouTube, which is never condoned on YouTube, as far as I know. So what I do is I have a very specific set of underwear, and actually somebody just sent me 2 more pairs, which I think I'm going to be posting to Instagram. You know what? I'm actually going to post it to Instagram right now, of me wearing underwear that someone sent me, and it keeps everything in place, and it's moisture wicking, so it helps with the. He's getting uncomfortable. I'm going to move on.
What? You're the one. I was gonna say I want a pair.
They're called they're ball bags. Ball bags brand underwear.
Really? That's what they're called? Ball bags?
Yeah, they protect your balls. They're made in Scotland. That's where I discovered them when I was in Scotland, and I got to see Farlight. I went to like a superhero themed store, and they had all this superhero merchandise, and then they had these cool ball bags underwear, and I was like, oh, these look cool, and I bought a pair for myself and a couple pairs for my buddies, because I was like, I don't know what to buy my friends, so I was like, underwear would be weird. So
So you got to finish explaining how this works now.
what I do is I essentially wrap each individual thing that's happening in my pants in its own nylon wrapping.
That goes into the underwear, like pockets?
It's like two tubes, and you put your balls through one and you put your dick through the other one.
This is built into the underwear.
No, it's not built in. It goes under the underwear. And there's no more friction. They just slide right by one another because it's not porous skin touching porous skin anymore. It's two nylon wrapped entities that are now ships passing in the night.
I need this in my life.
We had a conversation about this.
We had a conversation about a particular person who was supposed to be designing something or making something for you, not the fact that you actually found something.
No, I'm talking about when we were at dinner with Steph von Schweetz, and I laid it all out for everybody.
All right. Well, as far as that whole dinner thing goes, like
you weren't really present during that whole thing.
No.
Anyways. So the special underwear is the answer to that question. That's a good question, though. If you could bring back any canceled TV show, what would it be? Go ahead.
Oh my God, there's so many. What? Heroes is coming back, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay, that's already coming back. Shit. God. Torchwood came back, so I can't say that one.
Keep trying.
Jericho?
I believe you.
Jericho was pretty neat.
Jericho?
Yeah. It was like this whole aftermath of like the world being blown up with nuclear bombs and stuff, and so it's almost like zombie thing, but no zombies. Just the apocalypse, or I don't know. It was a while ago. You'd have to watch it. I think it's on Netflix, or it was on Netflix.
I would say either the Green Lantern animated series or Young Justice would be. I'd go with Green Lantern first because I'm more into the story, but Young Justice was also very good. JLA Unlimited was also cool. Like basically any of the canceled DC stuff, even like the old Teen Titans, I want to see all that stuff come back.
Somebody wrote Firefly.
Firefly? I've never actually watched Firefly. Okay.
It's not so bad.
Actually, that segues into what's your favorite old school cartoon show?
I like Scooby.
Really? Wow. Favorite old school
Ultron.
I want to say Reboot. It's not that old school. It's actually, creeping into the 90s. But I really, I think I could go back and watch Reboot and get a couple chuckles out of it. Okay, moving along. Nickelback. Any tips for wearing leather pants comfortably, especially in hot weather? Yep, that was what we just went through. Asking for future references. I hope to start cosplaying in the future. Looks like your name is Elena. I don't know if my dick and balls separation answer is going to help you out too much, Elena, with your wearing of leather pants. But I've heard that if they're actually really, really tight, you can put it's not baby powder. Yeah, it's cornstarch. Cornstarch will keep you sliding in and out of the pants. So give it a test run one day. Wear your leather pants around on like a warm night. Throw some cornstarch in there. They do that in the movie Chef, where the guy puts cornstarch down his pants on a long road trip, and it dries out his nut balls.
It's fantastic.
Spider Godfather, with a question mark after it. Okay. Who would you choose to play Spider-Man if you had the choice?
Oh, shit.
That's a tough one, because that brings you into young actor territory. And Spry Little Minx. Well, I guess you could do older Spider-Man.
Old Man Jenkins Spider-Man.
If he's the adult Spider-Man that's like, you know, married and stuff.
Oh, good. Now Kevin Bacon just popped into my head as
Kevin Bacon. Okay, we got one answer. Oh, man, that's a tough question.
Oh, God. That's just such a horrible visual. I don't approve.
Maybe the kid who played Percy Jackson. That's the best I can do for you right now. I think I've seen him in a couple movies where I liked him. So that's my answer. He seems like he'd be fairly good Peter Parker. Huh?
Are you getting another answer right now?
No, I'm getting some criticism. All right, guys. There's now officially a picture on my Instagram of me in my underwear that I just got in the mail. So go enjoy that. Someone cosplay Bob the Spider. No. I know I'm a pain in the ass, but people who follow me on Tumblr should know this. Okay. Good plug for Tumblr. Claw needs a back massage. Ooh, Kaylee is offering Claw back massage. Claw needs a hug. Okay. Were you a nerd in high school? Were you beat up because of it? While I was a nerd in high school, I never got actually beat up. I was more invisible than I was picked on. I actually had a really easy time of things because no one even knew who I was, which was fine. I could come and go as I please.
I got messed with a lot, but not for being nerdy. Just kind of like, I don't know, was the oddball.
Yeah. So we had different experiences. I think I was actually too small to like. I was too like short for anyone to even want to pick on. Like no one even like thought it would be a challenge. So I sort of.
I probably looked more threatening.
All right, we really got to go into lightning. Wait a second.
Lightning round.
Yeah, like I'm so lost right now. Okay. Claw's asking, are they the only one that wants me to keep my clothes on? I don't know, Claw, but once again, you're kind of being miserable tonight, so to me, your opinion doesn't really matter. Let's see. What is the best? Oh man, guys, I actually am. I think we ran out of space on the comments section, so we may be skipping a few of your questions, but we're gonna start going through them fast. If I skipped yours, I'm sorry, but like this is as far back as I can go. Okay, not sure if you guys have been asked this question, and I apologize. What is the best or worst concert or music festival you've been to? Best concert?
The best what?
Best or worst music concert or festival?
I went to Ozfest 2006, 2007, somewhere in there.
I liked Ozfest as well. I don't know if it was the best I've been to because the sound was so muddy that you could barely hear anything, but I got to see Pantera before they broke up. That was cool. So that let's say those are the best. Favorite video games? Right now, Borderlands 2.
Deadpool.
Deadpool. Are you excited to see the Christmas special of Sherlock? I'm currently working my way through season 3, and yes, I am excited to see any more Sherlock that I can get.
No.
No. Okay. Ever heard of Rock on the Range? No.
Nope.
Do you think Moriarty is alive or dead? I just got to the episode where he comes on TV, so at this point, I think he's alive. What's your favorite Avengers scene?
I'll skip that and say Thor 2 with Loki and Thor in the spacecraft thing, flying it.
Really?
And them
Okay.
arguing with each other. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I think my favorite Avengers scene is where the Hulk is just wailing on Loki. That was really cool. That's what the Hulk should be doing all the time, is just taking the most powerful enemy around and just swinging him around.
Movie.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
To get a picture with us, duh.
Because your mom's adopted. Boobs, question mark again. We've already been through that. Do you believe in vampires? They exist, ... This is from Garen. Garen, you should know better. We're not even going to answer your question. Have you ever danced performance-wise? Have you ever had a dance performance?
No.
Okay. Neither have I. I mean, I've done a couple stupid dancing things in front of a camera for cosplay videos, but no. Doinker. Donker? Dude, David Bowie Labyrinth. That's Child Nightmares. Okay, Adam Sandler. Any movie or book recommendations?
Didn't we do books?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of been going through our favorite books.
Go with that.
Yeah, go read Snow Crash, and go watch Going Clear. Let's say Going Clear, the Scientology documentary. Who's your favorite Star Wars character? You want to do that on 3? Because I have a feeling it's going to be the same guy.
Star Wars?
Yeah.
If you think it's going to be the same guy, sure.
All right, ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Boba Fett.
You knew it wouldn't be the same.
Who did you say?
Darth Vader.
Oh, Darth Vader. Okay. I could also see Darth Maul being my favorite. What's something you've always wanted to try? The Neapolitan. I won't go into that question anymore.
What?
What's something you've always wanted to try?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, Thor's answer is riding a motorcycle. What's your favorite author if you have one? Who's your favorite author if you have one?
Piers Anthony. And
Robert Kirkman. Be honest, have you seen any Twilight movies? Yeah, I saw the first one.
I think I might have seen. There's 3, right? I think I might have seen them.
I think there's like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure I've seen them all.
What's the best book you've read? Again, try Ender's Game or Snow Crash. Does Thor have his shirt off in every film? That's more trivia, and yes. How do you stay in shape? I don't stay in shape. I just am the shape that I am.
I'm currently not in shape, so.
Shocker wants to know when you left your last girlfriend, I'm assuming. We're not even going to dignify that with an answer. It's a little personal. Have you seen Clockwork Orange? Yes.
Yes.
TV series you enjoy? Just finished. Actually, House of Cards has been treating me really good. So, House of Cards.
What was the question?
Favorite TV? What's a good TV series?
A lot. I don't know. God, God, there's just so many things.
What's the last good TV series you watched?
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to remember the name of it, and I just can't remember.
Thor likes 24. Moving on. Elena is asking about Pretty Good Cat. She's the kind of cat who likes to be affectionate in a way that's where she sits next to you, but she doesn't like to be picked up. So you can pet her all you want, but she's not going to get in your lap or anything, unless you're sound asleep, in which case she'll get up on your butt. But played paintball once. Have you heard of any? Oh, have you ever heard of Hot Toys? Do you have any? Do you have any Hot Toys figures?
I don't have any. I can't afford those.
I have the Loki figure. It was given to me by my best friend for my birthday one year. Do you think Pretty Good Cat misses you when you go away? I think she gets very bad anxiety when I go away. Someone gave me a thumbs down for not liking Rocky Horror. Take that thumb, put it right up your ass. I think it'll suit you better. Cat is like, my human, what are you doing? Yeah, she peaced out. Good. What has made you laugh the hardest in your entire life? Wow. Typically it's fart noises. Like just stupid shit. Will or someone with a really bad pun will have me laughing for more time than I'm comfortable talking about. What's made you laugh hardest in your life?
That would actually be the same answer.
Fart noises, right? So, do you watch Supernatural? No.
Yes. I thought we were doing lightning round, dude.
This is lightning round.
I don't know, dude. Was there needed an elaboration on Supernatural? Because
what are your thoughts on straight edge?
What's straight edge?
Straight edge is it's both a style of musical taste and a lifestyle where you sort of commit yourself to no drinking, no drugs, abstinence, and yet
ain't happening.
Yeah, and yet you'll go out and get into fights.
As that would be your
it's thing. Like a militant anti-drug, anti-alcohol lifestyle that also is tied into a very certain type of hardcore metal.
I would rather
it's hardcore. It's like weird hardcore music. I don't know.
I'd rather be a nice druggie than be some guy who just goes and beats the crap out of people or whatever.
Yeah, I think you can definitely look around the world and find some really nice people who are doing hard drugs, and then find some real dickhead straight edge people. Whereas you can find some really cool straight edge people, and obviously you can find some real dickhead drug users. So be whoever you are, do the drugs you want to do, don't hurt yourself, try to keep everything in moderation, try not to be, degenerate or anything. But straight edge, I mean, it's people. It's a ton of people. Some of them I'm sure I'd like, some of them I'm sure I wouldn't. Craziest thing you've seen while at a con? Prosthetic boobs, I guess. Sometimes some of the horror movie people will get away with really gruesome costumes that just happen to have crazy prosthetic tits on them, and it's weird to see.
Oh,
it's weird to see that out in public, which isn't the most feminist thing for me to say, but it is still jarring in our society.
So, okay, I don't know what this dude was cosplaying from. It was from WonderCon, I think. You didn't get to see it because you didn't show up to the last day or somewhere in the middle. And it was this 7-foot tall, lanky guy dressed up in this skeleton or some type of dead thing. And he had his grandma or something with him in a wheelchair. And the wheelchair was all decked out with bones and skulls, and she was all face painted up. to look like a skeleton and stuff, and he's just like moving really slow. And just around. Anyways, that was creepy as hell. What was the actual question? Because did that have anything to do?
What's the craziest thing you've seen at a con?
Okay, yeah, that fit perfectly. Thank God.
Okay, back into lightning round. I started to read Uncanny Avengers. Do you like this comic? I have never read it.
What? I haven't read it.
What is it? What was it? It wasn't Uncanny X-Men. It was something Avengers. One of the Avengers. Uncanny Avengers. Do you like this comic?
I haven't read that either.
Okay. Do you guys ever play Pokemon? No.
Nope.
I play it with my band, play the theme song.
Did you play
it? We didn't play it when you were there, but we started playing it last week. Would you guys ever cosplay as Deadpool versions of Thor and Loki?
It'd be interesting, but
I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, I'd pretty much be wearing my costume with a mask on. So yeah, I mean, I'd give it a shot for a couple hours, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like the idea of it's cool, but then you think hours of invested into doing it and money and all that stuff. You're like, no, maybe I don't want to do this. If we, the whole color scheme, you could just basically take the Deadpool costume and make it gold and green, and I can have blue and silver.
Yeah, I mean, I would just wear my Loki costume with a red Deadpool mask, and that would be it.
I got a Deadpool mask. I got a nice Deadpool mask.
Yeah, but it's all covered in your mouth breathing. Okay. Someone's asking, swamp cock, is that a new kind of snake species? No, it's a new kind of bird species. I'm hoping I can get at least Columbus Wizard Con. It's a little small, but it would be awesome to have you guys. If they invite them, will you go? Yes, we'll be there.
Yes, totally.
I am slowly dying inside, Swampcock. Why? I read Pornhub wants to be the Netflix of porn. That's fine. Did you ever ship that underwear out to those fans? No, I didn't, because no one ever met the criteria. No one ever submitted any answers to the question I asked, so that never happened. How awesome is Far in real life? She's really awesome. She's very down to earth. She's got a lot going on in her life, so we had a lot of very serious conversations, Far and I. But she didn't have a bad word to say about anybody, which was nice amongst cosplayers. And she was very gracious and invited me into her home. And her boyfriend, Will, was also super cool. So, yeah, if you ever get a chance to meet Farlight, I recommend it. Baggy for your balls. You tie at the top. Yeah, Rivers, whatever you found on Google isn't what I use for my dick and balls. Snack bags for your balls. Men are like unicorns. Good. Okay. Unicorns have horns. Sorry. Okay.
Hot Topic Deadpool mask. This is from you had mentioned him earlier, from Shawshank Cosplay, right? Props. Yeah, he made this. Custom made. I think this was actually the very first mask he ever made.
Really?
Yeah, he did the Deadpool one, which didn't. The only issue with those is that he did it off of a much smaller headpiece, so that's like tight as hell on my head. So I kind of got a big noodle.
Yeah. Okay. I get all the way down to the bottom here. Go all the way back up. Jeez, man. Got some catching up to do. Okay. Kevin Bacon is Spider-Man? Yes. Swampcock will take over the internet. Am I the only one who kind of wants Bill to keep his clothes on? Yeah, we already went over that. That's fine. Brandy, are you the one that sent me the underwear? If you did, then thank you. 2 questions for me got lost. Mara, put your 2 questions back in. Sorry. Beach or mountains? Mountains. Beach or mountains?
Oh, sorry, mountains.
Okay, mountains. What was your first Halloween costume as a kid? My mom made me a really awesome Superman costume. You can actually see it if you go to my Facebook page and look through some of the galleries.
I had Superman pajamas that I used as a costume, but the majority of the time I always wanted to be a vampire. Always.
Selena, yes, we have. I've seen Clockwork Orange. Have you seen Clockwork Orange?
Yep, I've seen it.
Okay.
I don't get it. I don't understand huge fascination, but I've seen it.
What's your favorite aftershave?
I don't have an
aftershave. I don't use aftershave either. I had a lotion that I used to put on after I shaved, but I don't know.
Lotion.
It wasn't important enough for me to keep buying once I ran out of it. Let's see. Have you seen the new Scream TV series? No.
There's a Scream TV series? I want to watch this. I like the movie. Was I too excited about this?
Yeah, I don't have any attachment to Scream at all. Do you like Supernatural or The Vampire Diaries? Neither.
Both.
Never seen any of them. Okay. Scene/emo phases? How was that and when? Did you ever go through a scene or emo phase? Did it treat you well and when did it happen?
For me, never a scene thing. That was never a thing. The whole emo, yeah. Is that still under like goth? Because I did that.
I think the lines get a little blurred sometimes, but I think if you asked a scene a goth kid or an emo kid, they would both kind of. I don't think not as many people identify as emo.
Yeah, I don't understand the emo. I don't understand that part. But as far as goth goes, yeah, there was a lot of that. Even black nail polish, black lipstick. I did it all. Blue hair, wore chains on, spikes, everything.
I had like a military phase for a while.
I like regular clothing that has like a military look to it.
Yeah, I used to wear a lot of cargo pants, and I still do wear combat boots most of the time. But did you guys watch the Ronda Rousey versus Beth Correa fight? No.
No.
Anything having to do with television, I don't have access to.
I don't have TV. I don't even have Netflix now.
Thor, did you make the Deadpool mask? No, that was made by Shawshank Cosplay. How do you breathe in that thing, in the Deadpool mask?
It's really not easy to breathe in this, but he did cut some holes, like right into this portion right here on the sides, but still it's not very easy to breathe in this. So there's no going out running down the street with this mask on. Can't rob a bank in it, that's for sure.
What was the most recent concert you went to, and was it any good?
The last concert I went to has been a good 3, 4, maybe 5 years, and I saw Metallica in Sacramento. And that's all I ever wanted to do. I was like, I just want to see Metallica. Other than that, concerts aren't really my thing. I can't stand the majority of the people that are there, pushing, shoving their dicks.
Yeah.
There's smelling weed,
shoving their dicks all over the place.
They're rubbing dicks all over the place. When I went to see Metallica, the number one person who was like trying to start a fight with me was some chick.
Yeah.
I just wanted, like, I had my spot, and then she I'm holding onto the railing, and she comes under my arm and grabs onto the railing and was pushing me back with her body. I'm like,
that's crazy.
What the fuck are you doing? Walk around her. I'm like, just because you're a girl doesn't mean I'm not gonna continue to hold my spot. This is my ground right here. I'm not moving. And then she turned around and started shoving me, and like I was in her way or something. But anyways, once I saw Metallica and I fought with this chick like a shoving match, I'm done with concerts. The next time I will ever be in a concert situation is if I'm on stage, and that's it.
I think my last concert was Iron Maiden with like Anthrax and shit. And I like Iron Maiden. I like to sing Iron Maiden more than I like to listen to them. And it was the same shit where it was like, I don't care. Like, I just, you know, I'd rather just listen to the recorded version.
You know what's really what I like the most is getting getting a nice Blu-ray of it and watching it on a big TV. That's pretty awesome. But not being there.
Right. Okay, here we go. Did you guys ever see The Invisible Man from Sci-Fi or Psych?
No.
No, I don't know what that means. Scream TV show. Thor. At Thor, MTV brought back Scream, but as a TV series, good. Right. Through the emo phase, kind of still in. Emo scares me. Flooding. Do you guys like ska punk, the Aquabats? If not, what genre of music do you like? A lot of music questions lately. I'm not into ska or punk. Aquabats I've only ever heard maybe once or twice, and they weren't my thing. I think both of us like metal more than either of those. So, name your favorite music genre?
Metal, rock. Is dubstep officially a genre now?
Yeah, it's been a genre for a while.
All right, so dubstep. That's it. I don't know what you classify. I know Michael Bublé and like Frank Sinatra. Is that considered vocal genre?
I think it's more lounge. Like Michael Bublé, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with his work.
It's the same as Frank Sinatra. It's just being done today. It's the same style of music, just today.
Yeah. As far as Loki, can we hear you sing? I mean, there's a couple YouTube videos up. I don't know. I'll try to post one. Really, you want to search for my band Fired Upon on SoundCloud. That way you can hear me sing. But I don't have a lot of videos of me singing.
That was weird. Are you there?
Yeah, that was crazy. All right, so vampire versions of Thor and Loki. There's no current plans to do that. I'm trying to wrap this up, guys. So,
that's YouTube telling us.
Yeah, seriously. Went through K. Did you guys like ska punk, Aquabats? We already did that one. Invisible Man, death metal. Wow, just can't get to the bottom of this list.
No, you won't, because as soon as we say that we need to go, like the questions come in a lot faster.
Yeah.
So everybody wants to throw in their questions.
Yes. Welcome to Night Vale. I listen to it all the time. So yes, you did hear me refer to Strex Corp earlier.
What is it? What do you listen to?
Welcome to Night Vale, the podcast.
Oh, I thought you meant like a band. I need new stuff to listen to, because when I'm jogging and running, like I'm just listening to the same old stuff that I've been listening to for years. I need some good music. You're gonna have to hook me up.
I'll send you some stuff. What do you think of Chris Pratt? Yeah. I like him.
Of course.
Okay.
Who doesn't like Chris Pratt? Who can not like Chris Pratt?
Yeah. If you could live in another time or another country or another time. Oh wait, if you could live in another time, what would you choose and why?
Norway, probably modern time, or Japan, modern time. As far as like staying here, maybe like the 20s or something would be pretty neat. No like particular reason why, just it would be cool.
I'd only want to live in a more utopian future. I'd never want to go back. I like it where I am. Loki, will there be more recordings of you singing? There's one more song from the band that I'm thinking about releasing, but I have to get some permission to do that. So it's possible, but not anytime real soon. Have we lost them? Damn, time's up. I thought you Night Vale. Okay. Ragnarok. Yeah, that one. Okay. All right. So wait, was that? Are either of you into Rooster Teeth? No, I don't know what Rooster Teeth are. I'm pretty sure I'm. Okay, so that's it for tonight. It's the Avengers. It's the Avengers Loki hot toy. So that's the hot toys I have. But that's going to be it for tonight. We've already gone well past 2 hours. Thank you guys for being here. Looks like we currently have 48 people watching, so we've lost a few. But you know, we'll be back next week.
You could take of us before it's like
seriously, 2 hours, especially when you're in a different time zone. 2 hours is a long time. So thank you guys for sticking with us. We hope to. Do you want to see the shirt? This is the shirt. There's the shirt. Where do we haven't performed yet? Okay, so everybody, next Thursday we'll see you again. I might be streaming again before then, but you'll know about it for my different stuff. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Hi.
Goodbye.